Alright, that's not too bad. Alright. Now, let's see what the fuck we got going on here. Alright. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chris. You're listening to Tales from the Tarheel State. You're probably watching this too. If you're looking at it on YouTube, anyway, you're watching it. And so I'm going to do my best to do this one here like this today. We'll see how it goes. I can see that I'm a crooked mouth smiling son of a bitch. I love it. Something I talk shit about other people about. Well, I got a pretty good shadow there. I'll try to keep my hat pulled up. So anyway, today is Friday. It is the 6th, I believe, of May. And yeah, here we go. Hope you guys had a good week so far. It's Friday, so should be good for you. Getting the fuck out of the workplace for the weekend. And unless you got to work all weekend, like I used to do. For a long, long time, I never had a weekend off. Not a long, long time, but for a solid 3.5 years, I didn't have a Sunday off. Unless I requested it specifically. So, anyways, what's going on? Roe versus Wade, talking about getting it overturned. Just blows my fucking mind. I have talked a lot of shit about how we keep allowing these assholes to bring up these same subjects like gun control and abortion over and over again, and they're never going to actually change that stuff. But maybe I was wrong. We'll see. Obviously, this has just been a leak of a draft. It's not anything set in stone. But I think it's fucked up. And so hopefully they will, do something about that up in Washington. If these assholes that work up there will start to recognize they work for the people instead of thinking that they just work for themselves and that they're just keeping their job. Doing what, doing what's best for them instead of doing what they're hired to do, which is to do a job for the people and do what the people want. Instead of doing what these fucking corporations want. Everything's monopolized at this point, so it's really not, But then, of course, they made corporations people, which is why they did that shit, so they could get away with this kind of stuff that they were pulling off with the interests of the companies. If a corporation is a person, then you have to do what they want. And so I know people didn't think about that when they were letting that shit slide by. Or maybe they did. Maybe they did. So anyways, yeah, man, that shit's pretty scary. I think we're pretty fucked. If that's the kind of shit they're gonna, we're just gonna keep allowing this stuff to happen. And, man, wild stuff. I mean, freedom of speech is now... if you believe in freedom of speech, you're considered a racist and shit, or, people think I'm fucking alt-right, which is fucking crazy talk. I find that disturbing. I've been a Democrat since I was old enough to vote. I've never voted for a Republican except for Steve Troxler, which is the agricultural commissioner here in North Carolina. I have voted quite a few independently times, independent stuff, Green Party people, and shit like that. I've hated Trump since like 2000. I think I've stated that on here before. Just the way he would talk about shit, and all I could ever think was, if somebody gave me millions of dollars, I could fucking do better than him, I'm pretty sure. At least I'd like to think so. By the way, this is a Braves hat. In case you can't see it, it's a Braves hat, not a MAGA hat. I know it has a little American flag on it. It says Braves baseball, folks. Don't see a red hat and do like fucking, what was it, Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven. If I see a red sash, or no, that was, I think that was, no, that's Tombstone. My bad. I'm your Huckleberry. But, was watching a thing about Bill Hicks the other day. A great comedian. What great social commentary he had disguised as comedy, man. That guy was a fucking genius ahead of his time. If you don't know who Bill Hicks is, go back and watch his fucking stuff. There's even a documentary about him, I think, called American Hero or something like that, and it's fucking really good. Um, yeah, check that out, man. Or check out his stand-up. Revelations was an awesome one that he did over in England before he got cancer. And died at the age of 33, same age as Jesus Christ. Which I'm sure Bill Hicks got a kick out of that. I believe he was 33 anyway. Yeah, Dave Chappelle got attacked on stage at the Hollywood Bowl. That shit is crazy. I actually tweeted out something about that on Twitter. Since I've lost my cell phone, so I've been having to do Twitter or anything like that on my computer here. So yeah, I lost my phone. I don't know if it's the new medication I'm taking, but I seem to be forgetting a lot of little things like here and there. I would blame the weed, but I've been smoking weed forever, so I don't think it's that. The only thing I've done differently is started to take this Abilify, and I'm only taking 5 milligrams of this stuff. But yeah, I keep forgetting shit. Just walking into rooms, don't know what the hell I'm doing in there. It's weird. Maybe I'm just getting used to the shit. I don't know, but it's certainly helping with my mood stuff. Mood regulation. It's helped a lot. So hopefully I can start to keep up with shit. But yeah, I tweeted out that I was happy to see that that guy got the shit kicked out of him by Dave Chappelle's security, as he should have. You know, what the fuck are these people doing? They lost their goddamn minds. You don't fucking go attacking people for words. Sticks and stones break your bones, motherfucker. Words will never harm me. I'm getting sick and tired of these words of violence. Bullshit, people. When you attack someone, that's violence. When you run and attack someone on stage, is violence. And that motherfucker got his arm broke, looked like, and got the shit kicked out of him, which is absolutely what it deserved. You know, I'm a big Dimebag Darrell fan. He was shot and killed by an asshole that rushed on stage. And, you know, fuck that shit, man. And I tweeted that out. And Nita Strauss actually liked my tweet on fucking Twitter, which made me get a little chub. I'm not going to lie. She's a super badass fucking guitar player. If you don't know who she is, you know, fucking chalk that up to, you know, a lack of your cool points. Because she's super hot and she's a fucking super badass guitar player. She plays for Alice Cooper. As far as I know, she's still playing for Alice. And I'm a huge Alice fan. I've been a fan of Alice for, goddamn, I don't know, since I was like 12, 13 years old. Yeah, I mean, I've listened to Love It to Death a million times. Love that album. And, yeah, I mean, $1 Billion Babies. Welcome to My Nightmare. I mean, all those albums I've listened to so many times. The live performances of Welcome to My Nightmare are just sick. And she's probably the baddest guitar player he's ever had. She's certainly better than big old Kane Roberts was. And, you know, he looked good on stage, I guess. Probably why Alice had him. But, you know, she's a far superior player, in my opinion. And I am nobody. I do have a guitar sitting back here, but I can't play that so much to save my life. Although I would love to be able to express myself through a guitar. I'm not skilled enough. These little short, fat fingers don't do that stuff. When your hand's as wide as your fingers are long. And then you also have got numbness. I mean, this arm's been going numb forever. And this is my left arm, by the way, for those of you listening to this. Yeah, my left arm has been going numb since I was like probably 17, and then I had a car fall on top of me when I was about 30, and it smashed this left arm pretty bad. And so this left arm is pretty screwed. And if I sit down and just start trying to do any kind of practicing chords or anything like that, you know, it takes, my hand goes completely numb in just a matter of minutes. And you know, it's pretty fucked up. It sucks real bad. And so that sucks, but back to all the things I was talking about this week. I did cook a pork butt on my smoker, which was pretty killer. Turned out pretty good. Yeah, I cooked it about 10 hours, a little less than 10 hours. It was a 10-pounder. And I cooked it pretty slow, temperature-wise, about 230. I didn't get the meat up as high as I could have. It probably would have been a little bit more fall-aparty. But it was still fine. It was really juicy still, and it almost completely fell apart, and I didn't wrap it at all, which is difficult. A lot of people have to always wrap them to get them to come apart, and that's just from getting them too hot too fast, and at least that's my opinion. But, anywho, that was good. I enjoyed doing that this week. Also came across an interview on YouTube with Hunter S. Thompson with Charlie Rose from Henderson, North Carolina. Henderson. He's from Henderson. If you don't know what Henderson is, that's up there near Cott Lake. When you get up there around South Boston, up there where Ward Burton, he was a race car driver. He's from up around South Boston. And they talk kind of like that right now about Henderson up there. It's not this multi-mile kind of thing. And, you know, Henderson. Instead of Henderson, it's Henderson. Henderson, North Carolina. Anyhow, if you've never been there, it's a pretty rough town. My sister lives up there. But yeah, it's the best thing going on up there is Carr Lake, up near the Virginia border. And at any rate, yeah, Charlie, he went to Duke. He's a fucking Dookie. Did not go to Carolina. And then, I don't know, maybe that's, maybe that was his downfall. He was a Blue Devil. Excuse me, had to have a little coffee there. Didn't mean to swallow that right in the microphone. But I did, as I have no skills on the mic. Yeah, trying to get better at it though. So yeah, my little yellow car, the oil pressure gauge finally started working right. That was a big plus. That made me excited. It's really great for my anxiety. I know the motor has supposedly been rebuilt, but I've been really worried about that. I know the man that I bought it from said he'd put a mechanical oil pressure gauge on it and checked it. And it was between 80 and 60 and 80. So, I mean, that's great for a little motor like that. It'd be fucking, it should last me a good long while. But it finally popped up on there, and yeah, it is just about maxed out on the oil pressure gauge. So that's fantastic. Really glad to see that. Now I just need to fix the rear end seal, which I've already got the seal. Just got to get that done. I need to fix the leaking transmission, which is not a major seal. It's not like it's one of the, the rear main or the front main seal. But nonetheless, I got to get that fixed. And what else? I want to get my fancy Momo steering wheel put on and get the front end aligned. And then put the little shock spacers in there that need to be in the back in the trunk where your boy here fucked up and didn't add all the spacers he should have added because for some reason I just can't get it through my fucking thick head that when they give you parts, you should put all of them on. Even though I think that, that doesn't look like you need to put all that on there because this is much longer than the other one was. And I think, well, that's not necessary. You'll just be able to tighten that down and it'll be perfectly fine. Well, guess what? No, you can't because the way it's made, you can't just tighten it down that far. With the lock and nuts and everything, didn't allow me to do that. And so I just got real aggravated. And now I got nobody here to help me loosen it up so I can it's like the Irregardless Cafe, unloosen. So I can put that other spacer on there and actually get it tightened up so somebody will quit rattling and drive me crazy. I did, however, get the trunk to stop rattling. Put a new trunk seal on it. It needed that anyway. It was really, really bad. It was falling apart. And then I just took some tape because I don't have new bushings for the little bushings on the trunk lid, and took those and wrapped it up with some duct tape, some blue duct tape, so it's not just silvery. But just to see if that would tighten it up, and it did. So I know now that's the other issue. Just need to get those replaced. I don't know where in the fucking hell I could get those little bushings from. If anybody knows, let me know in the comment section out there. I'm sure there's not any old Toyota listeners on this thing. If there are, please reach out to me and talk to me about your little Toyota. That would be fucking awesome. Or if you have an old car in general, reach out, man. Say hello. Make contact. Don't be afraid. But yeah, got to get my stuff filled out for my disability stuff. Haven't done that yet. I don't know why we haven't done that yet. I guess we're waiting for me to go back to the doctor and talk about my results of the x-rays they took on my back and my hip and pelvis area. In case you're wondering how that was, yeah, my hips both, let's see, I have mild osseous overgrowth of femoral acetabular joints. So I guess the top of my femur, there's some growths in there in the joint that should not be there. the top of my femurs, so getting more out there where my hips come together to my femur bone. This is why my hips hurt down so low, I guess, and not up higher. And then I've got, let's see, my back has mild multi-level disc narrowing and end-plate sclerosis and anterior end-plate osteophytes L2, L3. Multi-level facet arthropy L5, S1. So those are the most pronounced areas in those vertebrae areas, but they're in other areas as well. So that's my back problems and hip problems going on. I'm sure it causes the pains in my shoulders and everything, all the nerve pain, I guess, from the, multi-level facet arthropy, which is like where the nerves run on the back of your spine, on the little things that connect, all that shit. Not in between the vertebrae, but the other part. And I think that's up in between my shoulders there. That I'm not positive about that. The L5, S1, not sure about that. And then the L2, L3, I think those are down in my lower back. So, explains a lot of my stuff going on there. And then, I've been diagnosed with PTSD, bipolar disorder now, and, biological depression, which fucking sucks. And, I've got asthma, high blood pressure. Apparently I'm morbidly obese, which I'm working hard to try to lose weight. I've lost about 15 pounds. I was up to 309, and I'm down to 294, so I'm trying to lose fucking weight. Still not drinking, and the world's falling apart. Yeah, we got World War III going on. I don't know how much longer it'll be before we start doing more than we're doing. All these people keep going over there, like Pelosi was over there. I mean, if somebody gets killed like that, some foreign diplomat, then I'm pretty willing to bet that you're going to see some shit go down. It's going to be fucking scary. And, I don't know, man. It's pretty fucking wild, though. It's pretty fucking wild, though, man. Tell you that shit. So, but yeah, I'm going to get a new cell phone, looks like, since I lost my other one. This new one's going to have like a 45 megapixel fucking camera on it. Maybe that will help me to get more video footage out, since Tanya doesn't like to lug around this video camera that I bought her, which is a great camera for doing this. I think the autofocus shit was really ruining it, so I tried to focus this manually this morning, and we'll see if it did better. I feel like it looked a lot more clear when I was looking through the lens, and we'll see if it got a lot better or not. But anyway, I just wanted to check in with everybody, say hey, talk about the Roe versus Wade shit. I mean, I really thought that we would be able to not have to worry about that, and yet these fucking assholes in politics, I guess it's their way to keep their jobs, man. We have to, once something like that gets done by the people, I mean, there's no reason to you just keep changing it, trying to get it changed the entire time until you get it changed. It's just fucking some fucked up shit, and I mean, our system is broken as fuck. We gotta fucking do something to streamline this shit, or make it so streamline is bad. That's bad. Let me retake that back. We need to do something to put the people in charge of this shit, where people are voting on the issues, and do something. Get all these goddamn rich cocksuckers out of there. All these fucking corporations running everything and shit. It's just horrible. But anyways, y'all, be kind to each other. Don't fucking attack people that are talking. If someone's up in your face hollering at you, get them out of your motherfucking face. You know what I'm saying? But when someone is, if you're paying money to go and see somebody talk or play or entertain you in any way, you shouldn't be fucking attacking those people. You shouldn't be there looking to be made angry. It's not what you're there to do. If you're going there to get offended, then you're fucking wasting your life. You need to find more important things to fucking worry about. But anyways, man, I love you guys, and put on some music, listen to some fucking tunes, get out of your own head. That's what I have to do. Get out in the yard, run around, do something. If you ain't got no fucking yard to push mow, or go to the gym, do some exercising. I know that sounds stupid coming from a fat boy, but believe it or not, I'm very active, and have been all my life. It's why my fucking body's falling apart. big and you get hurt and you keep going because you don't have a choice. You got to work. You got to make a living. And when you do shit that's hard as fuck for a living, you know, you got to keep going, and that shit's not easy on you. You know, I've blown out my knee and been back on a ladder 3 days later with multiple knee braces on it, trying to, you know, ace bandages and a fucking knee brace with the metal in the side, and right back on a ladder. My knee was nowhere near ready to go back to work. You know, I had a car fall on me, my arm swelled up as big as my leg, and I went back to work. Not that day. I didn't go to work that day, but I was at work the next day, running a fucking rock drill. My arm looked pretty bad at that fucking time. And my boss was like, man, you can't be changing steel on this rock drill. We'll send you over to another job site and let you run the drill that you don't have to change steel on. So I still operated a rock drill all day. I just didn't have to change the steel out. If y'all don't know what that is, maybe one day I can explain it if somebody has the, you know, wherewithal to ask me about it. But, yeah, that Hunter S. Thompson, Charlie Rose thing, man, I didn't know those dudes were so buddy-buddy. That was interesting. Charlie, I thought he was going to get a little chub, and it was very interesting. I didn't know that Charlie was a hip cat, and I still don't think he was a hip cat. I think he's a fucking douchebag, so there's that. Yeah, but they definitely seemed like buddies for sure, which I thought was strange. But I guess they're both Southern, right? Charlie Rose is a journalist from North Carolina, and Hunter is from Kentucky, so I guess that makes a little bit of sense. I wouldn't have thought he would hang out with such bourgeoisie, but I guess actually Hunter probably liked to pal around with those people. But at any rate, folks, yeah, have a great weekend, and I'll try to catch up with you on Mondays. And anyway, don't get too wild this weekend. I don't know what the weather's supposed to do. I think it's supposed to be pretty nice, but I'm not sure. I think we got some storms rolling through to sitting on the, you know, them storms. Yeah, they be rolling through this weekend, or this evening rather. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon, and love you, and thanks for listening and watching. If you're checking me out on YouTube, if you do, please subscribe, and you know, follow me on fucking BigChris Cooks on Twitter, and follow me on Lemmy Killmouster on Instagram, and Us Smiths 333 is me and Tanya on Instagram. We have a website as well, talesfromthetarheelstate.com. You can read Tanya's blogs and stuff on there because she likes to write stories. I've got some of the recipes for some of the things I cook up on our website too, and you can go in there and leave comments and questions and anything else you want to do. Just try to be nice, and if you can't be nice, go fuck yourselves. Ow! All right, I'll see y'all later.